你是咋回事呢？怎么这么多垃圾呢？
What's going on? Why is there so much trash here?
Because I'm a homebody. Every day after I finish takeout, I just leave it there.
Come in. Let me take a look. Wow. Are you facing some difficulties?
No difficulties.
Then how do you usually support yourself?
My savings.
Savings.
Yes.
Can you tell us how much you had saved?
It's already gone.
It's gone? Then you should go to work.
Yes, I'm packing my things now.
How long have you been living here?
More than 2 years, almost 3.
More than 2 or 3 years. You haven't gone home at all?
No, I haven't.
The woman in the video is Ting Ting, originally from Leshan, Sichuan province. She's been living alone in a rented room in Chengdu for the past 3 years. During these 3 years, she has rarely left her home, spending most of her time indoors, scrolling through her phone and surviving on takeout orders for their savings. After finishing her meals, she would leave the trash inside the rented room, too lazy to clean up, causing piles of garbage to accumulate to the point where there is hardly any space. Now that her savings are depleted, and her landlord has repeatedly urged her to leave, Ting Ting, feeling helpless, turned to netizens for help. With their assistance, Daxiong, a local influencer and also the founder of a charity, came to lend a hand. When Daxiong opened the door, he was shocked by the sight before him. The room was filled with trash, cockroaches were everywhere, rats frequently appeared near the drains, and spiderwebs covered the ceiling. To his surprise, this young woman, who appeared clean and well-groomed, had been living in such a dire environment for the past 3 years. Daxiong initially thought she might be mentally unwell or locked in by someone, but the girl's mind was clear, and she refused to be filmed because she was embarrassed. She turned away and agreed to be interviewed instead.
You're in your
30s, and you're living like this? That's unacceptable. The reason I'm helping you is to get you to pull yourself together. If you keep going like this, you'll ruin yourself.
I haven't fallen off track. I'm not disabled, okay? I'm just lazy, and I can clean it up.
I don't know what your problem is. Do you realize that?
No, it's just laziness, pure laziness.
This isn't good. You'll end up ruining yourself. You've gotten so lazy that you're even sleeping in garbage. The woman is surprisingly blunt, admitting that she's just lazy. When Daxiong asked her what kind of help she needed, she said she needed help cleaning.
你看这些全部都是霉了，你为什么不丢呢？
Look at all this. It's all moldy. Why haven't you thrown it away?
Throw away what?
I'm talking about this, the trash. Why haven't you thrown it away?
Because I'm lazy. I used to sleep over on the wall side.
You were sleeping right next to that wall?
Yes, inside.
Just then, the landlord, Mr. Wang, came again to urge her to move out. The girl promised to leave before 12 p.m. the next day. Daxiong felt that the girl was being unreasonable and thought that after this, no one would ever rent to her. The neighbors, too, had had enough of the smell from her room and came out to criticize her.
The worst. It's so smelly, so dirty. She doesn't clean up herself and then waits for a man to come to help her.
Landlord, Mrs. Wang, also thanked Daxiong's team, saying she had been trying to get her to leave for several days but hadn't been able to. The girl explained.
I didn't mean to drag it out. It's just that there was too much trash in the room, and I've been cleaning it up for a few days.
Can you take a shower here?
I already showered today.
You can actually shower in here.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I thought you hadn't showered in 2 years.
The trash is right here. I just jump over it or step on it. I've just gotten used to it this way.
So, you've been spoiled by your parents?
My parents, my friends, or maybe I'm just naturally lazy.
So, you're saying you're just lazy by nature?
Yes, I've been raised with lazy habits. I'm just naturally lazy.
After seeing this, many people commented that the girl is actually quite cute, openly admitting she's lazy. With the way she looks, it seems she's the world's laziest person, but everyone is curious. If she's this lazy, where does the money come from?
你在这里住2、3年花了多少钱呢？
You've been living here for 2 or 3 years. How much have you spent?
The rent here is very cheap. When I lived in Jiaolong Port, it was over 700 a month. Here, it's only 450 a month.
So how much have you spent? On food and everything?
I've been living here for 3 years and I've spent over 100,000 yuan. Without working the whole time, around 110,000.
Was that money you earned before, or did you get it from your family?
I never took money from my family. It was money I earned before, my savings from back then. But now I'm out of money.
So, you need to get back on your feet.
So I really need to start being more diligent because I have to go to work.
Right. If your parents saw you like this, to be honest, they'd be so mad.
If my parents saw this, they would clean up for me. They wouldn't get mad. They would just clean up. They would probably tidy up my room and sweep the trash off the floor in a day or two.
And they still spoil you?
Yes, I'm the only child.
You're an only child, but it shouldn't be like this.
I'm just lazy. Overall, it's just laziness. Is this video going to go viral?
Do you want it to go viral?
Honestly, I don't really want it to. It's really embarrassing. I know it's embarrassing.
What's embarrassing about this?
Well, if people see this, I think I'll never get married.
People couldn't help but discuss, saying they never expected someone this lazy would still want to get married. If someone were to marry her, would they end up serving her like a queen? With so many high-quality leftover women still unable to find a partner, who would want someone this lazy? The girl explained that if she lived with someone else, she would still be more disciplined. At least 2 or 3 times out of 10, she would clean up because it would just be too embarrassing not to. But when living alone, she feels more relaxed and doesn't feel like cleaning up. Daxiong continued to encourage her, hoping that she could find a boyfriend, as the power of love might change her.
我感觉我都已经30几岁了，应该不会特别喜欢一个人。
I feel like I'm already in my 30s, so I probably won't like anyone.
Why is that?
I mean, I will only really like a guy if he's handsome. Who would like someone ugly?
Oh, so do you think being rich is more important or being handsome?
Both are important.
So you want someone who's both handsome and rich?
I don't. I definitely want that in an ideal world, but in reality, it probably won't happen. I'm already in my 30s, and who still are married in their 30s? It feels like there are no good options left, just oddballs.
After that, Daxiong called in a cleaning company. The cleaning company's boss looked at the room and had trouble quoting a price, as he had never cleaned such a dirty room before. In the end, they agreed on 750 yuan. A few cleaners worked together and, after a lot of effort, finally managed to clean up the room.
你是怎么想的呢？就是让垃圾这些为什么不收下去了？
So, what were you thinking? Why don't you throw out the trash?
Well, it's just pure laziness. Laziness, like a disease.
Just pure laziness? Didn't you notice how uncomfortable it must be to live like that?
Of course it's uncomfortable. It's just that I've been gotten used to it, being lazy. Even when I see it, I don't want to clean up. I don't feel like doing anything.
So, what about the future?
In the future, I'm already in the news. I feel like this will be all over the news. I won't dare to do this anymore. I should be more diligent.
It's not that you should be more diligent. It's that you must be more diligent. Understand?
Maybe I can't reach that level, but there probably won't be this much trash anymore.
Daxiong advised Ting Ting to go back home and visit her parents, then slowly look for a job. But Ting Ting wasn't willing to go back. She still wanted to stay in Chengdu and find a job to support herself. With Daxiong's help, Ting Ting moved into a hotel. After this video was released, the internet exploded, with people voicing their opinions. Some people exclaimed, "Oh my gosh, there are still people this lazy in this world. I can't believe it." Others were skeptical, asking, "This can't be real, right? Is this just a skit for a funny video?" Some people responded saying, "I thought it was staged at first. It definitely seemed like an act, because there's so much trash. There's no space even to sleep. But when I saw the neighbor lady angrily cursing, I believed it was real. This is real hatred. It's something you can't fake." Other people commented, "This is really not staged. I work in housekeeping and have seen this twice. The cleaners came back and vomited. They were so furious, yet she's a pretty girl." The video was also seen by Ting Ting's family. Her cousin, sent by her parents, came to find her. It turned out that Ting Ting hadn't been home in 4 years. After watching the video, her mother broke down in tears, deeply worried about her. Eventually, after her cousin's persuasion, Ting Ting agreed to go back home with them. But now, as Ting Ting expected, she's famous. It's not for anything good. She's been labeled the laziest woman in the world.
你恨我得很是不是？
You must really hate me, right?
I don't dare hate you. First, if I hate you, I'll be an ingrate. Second, with your level of status, if I hate you, I'll definitely get acid thrown at me.
Tingting's story may seem absurd, as she has truly been spoiled by her parents to the extreme. However, it also reflects deeper issues within contemporary Chinese society. The economic downturn, high unemployment rates, and the widespread sense of defeat among young people, with many adopting a lying flat mentality. It is said that after graduating from university, Tingting worked for a few years and saved up 110,000 yuan, indicating she was fairly normal before. Based on the timeline, she had been lying flat in her rented room for 3 years, which likely started when she lost her job during the pandemic. After the pandemic, China's economy did not recover as many had hoped. Instead, it became even more bleak, making it harder for young people to find work. Adding to that, Tingting's laziness led her to fully embrace the lying flat lifestyle, living on the cheapest rental in Chengdu just to get by. In recent years, a growing trend has emerged among young people, the 4-no mentality: no dating, no marriage, no home ownership, and no children. More and more young people, like Ting, are adopting the lying flat lifestyle. Here are a few more examples. This woman hadn't stepped out of her rented room for over 2 years. The landlord couldn't get in touch with her and started to smell something strange coming from the room. Fearing something had happened to her, the landlord called the police. When the police opened the door, they were left speechless. The woman was sitting calmly on a bed piled high with trash, and the police couldn't even enter the room without first clearing a path. She's basically another lying flat lazy person. Now let's take a look at some of the moments when landlords completely break down.
你现在立刻马上搬走。
You need to move out right now. I don't want the rent anymore. Don't come here to mess with me. Just go wherever you want.
Come on, you guys. Come over today to clean and expose her. Don't blur her face. She loves eating instant noodles so much. I treated her like my best friend, and she turned my house into this mess. How can anyone live here? Look at my house. The trash is piled so high, higher than the bed. Look at what she's done to the room. Does she have any shame, any self-respect?
天哪！一把人吓死了，我的天哪！
Oh my gosh, you scare me to death. Oh my goodness, so impressive, so impressive. She's been living here for a year and 4 months without ever leaving. A woman living alone rented a house for 3 years, but owed several thousand yuan in rent. The landlord had no choice but to go to the door. When the door was open, the landlord was shocked. The floor and bed were covered in trash, the place was filthy, and the furniture and appliances were nearly unusable. It seemed like it had been cleaned in 3 years. It's hard to imagine how a woman could live in such an environment. The landlord revealed that the tenant was a woman in her 30s with no job. The landlord had tried several times to enter the room but was refused. Eventually, after much effort, the door had finally opened, and the landlord was devastated to see the house in such a state. After spending 5 days cleaning, the house still wasn't completely clean, and the overdue rent could not be recovered. And then there was this woman, who also drove the landlord crazy.
As a girl, is this really how you live? This is my rented house. Is this how you treat a rented place? Living in a pile of trash? Oh my goodness, is this really how young women live these days? Look at this.
Another landlord faces the same situation.
Look at the room of a young lady living here. A young lady. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my goodness.
Perhaps these young women who live alone and embrace the lying flat lifestyle all have their own stories. In recent years, China's job market has been extremely challenging. Even PhD graduates from prestigious universities often find themselves trapped in the high education, low employment dilemma. For ordinary young people, finding even a job that allows them to make ends meet is becoming increasingly difficult. This is an undeniable reality. The latest unemployment data released by the Chinese government shows that in August, the unemployment rate for urban non-student individuals aged 16 to 24 was almost 19%. And this is a figure after excluding students, which is a more favorable representation. Recently, a 30-year-old liberal arts PhD from Zhejiang University shared her struggles to find a job. Her sense of hopelessness resonated with millions of netizens, leading to widespread sharing and discussions.
我真的很想问，到底是谁在说985名校毕业的学生就一定很好找工作？
I really want to ask, who exactly is saying that graduates from prestigious 985 universities always have an easy time finding a job? I'm a 30-year-old PhD graduate. After spending 4.5 years to complete my PhD, I found myself trapped in a very frustrating job search process. First of all, the companies I was able to get into during my undergraduate and master's years, I can no longer access. During my master's, I worked at Alibaba and NetEase Games, but now when I apply for jobs, I'm already likely filtered out in the resume screening stage because I'm 30. I don't even get a chance. Because of my higher education, I'm now stuck in an awkward situation. Small companies see me as a big shot and are afraid to hire me, while large companies think I'm not cost effective. During interviews, many HR representatives ask me, "You're from Zhejiang University and you have a PhD. Why would you want to come to our company?" Even though I always sincerely explain to HR why I decided to leave academia, none of my interviews lead to a job offer. Although my experience may not be typical, my feeling is that when you combine the tough job market and the current wave of layoffs, the advantage of graduating from a top university may be a bonus, but it's just that, a bonus. It certainly doesn't guarantee that you will land a job that satisfies you.
就是我想问一下，现在有多少25届的应届毕业生是仍然没有工作的呢？
I just want to ask, how many 25-year-old graduates are still unemployed right now? I want to know what these people are doing. How do they survive without a job? How do they make a living? Aren't they worried at all? I've been unable to find a job, and right now my situation is really, really bad. I basically sleep all day and only wake up in the evening. I eat a little something, then either play on my phone or browse job listings online. But I feel like the industry is like this. There's no way around it. If I can't find anything, I'm almost ready to give up, to be honest.
In this context, many people have chosen to lie flat or give up altogether. They can't see any hope for the future. Even hard work might not lead to a decent life, so they just give up on the struggle. Ting Ting staying at home for 3 years is essentially an embodiment of this mentality. She's living off her savings, unwilling to desperately search for a job or lower her expectations by returning to her hometown. Laziness is just a surface, despair is a real issue. Ting Ting's situation also reflects a deeper psychological misalignment between young people's perceptions of cities and rural areas. Many young people, like Ting Ting, would rather live in the worst rental apartments in big cities and even end up on the streets than return to their rural hometowns or small towns. The logic behind this is simple. Big cities represent hope and identity. Even if their lives are humble, it feels more dignified than being looked down upon in their hometowns. But the irony of this mentality is that the cost of living and competition in big cities are actually much higher. Young people who lack resources and networks often feel even more powerless in such environments. In the end, they neither achieve true success nor gain the sense of security their hometowns might offer. Ting Ting's case has a unique aspect. She is the only child of her parents. Spoiled by her parents since childhood, her ability to take care of herself is very poor, and she relies on others to clean up the mess when problems arise. This is not just an individual personality issue, but a common phenomenon in society's family education. The one-child policy has turned many children into the center of their families. But when they grow up and enter society, they realize that competition is extremely fierce and the psychological gap is huge. As a result, some choose to retreat into their own little world, unwilling to face a harsh reality. On the internet, people's attitudes towards Ting Ting are a mix of mockery and sympathy. They mock her for being extremely lazy, but also feel sorry for how she has wasted her life in a pile of garbage. In reality, Ting Ting is just one example of the thousands of lying flat young people. Lying flat and giving up might seem like personal choices, but they are actually a reflection of deeper societal issues. When effort no longer matches rewards, when struggle and hope disconnect, more and more people choose to give up. This is not only an individual tragedy, but also a societal warning. In a society shaped over the years by the CCP's focus on utilitarianism, the current economic downturn and employment difficulties leave countless young people with no way out. While the children of the elite, like young Lan Lan, live lives of immense wealth in Australia, young people like Ting Ting are forced to live in garbage-filled rooms or even sleep on the streets. Ting Ting's label as the laziest person in the world may seem absurd and laughable. However, once this laughter subsides, we are left to question what has caused millions of young people to end up like this, and who is responsible for addressing this widespread societal problem.